why you can't remember dreams. Have you ever experienced that strange moment between sleep and wakefulness, when a vivid dream that felt so real just moments ago begins dissolving like morning mist? Within seconds, those rich landscapes, intense emotions, and profound insights simply vanish, leaving nothing but a faint impression that something significant just slipped away. This isn't random forgetfulness. What's happening is far more intriguing. Your mind is actively erasing memories that weren't meant to remain in your conscious awareness. Welcome to Moon Mind Temple. Today, we're exploring the fascinating intersection between consciousness, dreams, and the ancient wisdom that might explain why these nightly journeys remain so elusive. What you're about to discover could fundamentally change how you perceive your dreams, and perhaps reality itself. Dreams have captivated human imagination since the beginning of recorded history. Ancient civilizations believed dreams were divine messages. Shamans across cultures used dreams to journey between worlds. In our modern era, scientists and psychologists have offered their own explanations, from neural maintenance to memory consolidation. But there's a dimension to dream, forgetting that mainstream science hasn't fully addressed, a perspective that emerges when we combine ancient Buddhist wisdom with contemporary neuroscience. Let's begin with what happens in your brain when you dream. During REM sleep, your prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for logical thinking and critical analysis, becomes less active. Meanwhile, the limbic system, which processes emotions and memories, becomes more engaged. This creates the perfect environment for abstract thinking, emotional processing, and the formation of connections that might not emerge during waking consciousness. Your mind essentially operates in a different mode, unbounded by the constraints of physical reality or linear time. Neuroscientist Matthew Walker describes dreams as overnight therapy, a process where the brain processes emotional experiences in a safe environment, free from the stress hormones that flood our systems during waking hours. But if dreams serve such crucial psychological functions, why would our minds deliberately erase them? This is where ancient wisdom offers a compelling perspective. Zen Buddhist teachings suggest that dreams occupy a middle ground between ordinary consciousness and deeper awareness. Master Dogen, the 13th century founder of the Soto Zen school, wrote that both dreams and waking life are, in their fundamental nature, equally real and equally illusory. This paradoxical understanding hints at why dreams might be so difficult to recall. They exist in a different bandwidth of consciousness, one that operates by different rules. Consider this. During your dream state, you're experiencing a reality unconstrained by physical laws or conventional logic. You can fly, transform objects with thought, or visit places that don't exist in the physical world. Your dream consciousness accepts these impossibilities without question. But your waking mind operates differently. It's calibrated for survival in the physical world, where consistent rules and causal relationships are essential for making sense of your environment. When you wake up, these two systems come into conflict. Your rational mind struggles to integrate experiences from the dream state that contradict its understanding of how reality works. The result? Those dream memories are often filtered out before they can fully register in your conscious awareness. It's not that you forget your dreams. Rather, most dream content never makes it into your waking memory systems in the first place. This filtering mechanism isn't random. According to both Buddhist psychology and modern neuroscience, it serves a crucial purpose: maintaining the coherence of your conscious experience. Imagine if every morning your mind was flooded with hours of impossible scenarios, emotional experiences, and insights that contradict your everyday understanding of reality. Without some form of filtering, the boundary between dreaming and waking life might begin to blur, potentially disrupting your ability to function in the physical world. But there's something even more profound at work here. What if dream forgetting is not just about maintaining psychological coherence, but also about protecting you from certain truths you might not be ready to confront. In traditional Buddhist understanding, dreams can serve as windows into our karma, the accumulated patterns, tendencies, and unresolved energies from our past actions. Some dreams may reflect deep-seated fears, desires, or traumas that we've pushed into the subconscious. Others might contain symbolic representations of spiritual truths that our conscious mind isn't yet prepared to integrate. Modern psychology echoes this understanding. Carl Jung proposed that dreams contain elements from what he called the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of archetypes, symbols, and evolutionary wisdom that transcends individual experience. When we dream, we may access not only our personal unconscious material, but also deeper collective patterns that connect us to humanity's shared psychological heritage. The psychologist James Hillman suggested that dreams have their own intrinsic value and purpose. They're not just reflections of waking life or repositories of repressed material, but experiences with their own integrity and significance. From this perspective, dream forgetting might be seen as a boundary that preserves the distinct nature of dreaming consciousness, preventing it from being reduced to the terms and categories of waking thought. Consider this intriguing possibility. What if dream amnesia is actually a form of protection? Your mind might be shielding you from insights or realizations that could fundamentally alter your perception of reality. Changes you might not be psychologically prepared to handle all at once. This protective function becomes particularly relevant when we consider lucid dreaming, the phenomenon where dreamers become aware they're dreaming while still in the dream state. Experienced lucid dreamers often report that their lucid dreams are far easier to remember than ordinary dreams. By becoming conscious within the dream itself, they've already begun the process of integrating dream content with waking awareness, effectively bypassing the usual amnesia barrier. In Tibetan Buddhism, there's a sophisticated practice called dream yoga, where practitioners cultivate the ability to maintain awareness during both dreaming and deep sleep states. The goal isn't just to have interesting dream experiences, but to recognize the fundamental nature of mind that underlies all states of consciousness. Through this practice, the artificial boundary between waking and dreaming gradually dissolves, revealing a more continuous and unified field of awareness. Modern neuroscientific research offers another fascinating angle on dream amnesia. Studies have shown that the neurotransmitters responsible for memory formation, particularly acetylcholine, operate differently during sleep compared to waking states. Additionally, the hippocampus, crucial for converting short-term memories into long-term ones, functions in a distinct mode during REM sleep. These neurochemical and neuroanatomical differences create a perfect storm for memory disruption, making it difficult to form stable, retrievable memories of dream experiences. But here's where it gets really interesting. Research has found that people who are awakened directly from REM sleep can recall their dreams with much greater detail than those who wake up naturally. This suggests that dream memories don't immediately vanish. They're briefly available before being filtered out during the transition to waking consciousness. This aligns remarkably well with both Buddhist and psychological perspectives on dream amnesia as an active process rather than a passive forgetting. So what can we learn from this understanding of dream forgetting? Is there a way to remember more of our dreams if we choose to? And perhaps more importantly, should we even try to remember them more clearly? The answer depends on your personal journey and readiness. Both psychological and spiritual traditions suggest that increased dream recall comes naturally as a result of greater self-awareness and internal integration. As you resolve inner conflicts and develop greater mindfulness in waking life, the barrier between different states of consciousness becomes more permeable. Dreams become easier to remember, not because you're using special techniques, but because you're more prepared to integrate their contents. That said, there are several practices that can help if you're interested in remembering more of your dreams. Keeping a dream journal beside your bed and writing down whatever you recall immediately upon waking can dramatically improve dream retention over time. Setting a clear intention before sleep, simply telling yourself that you will remember your dreams can also be surprisingly effective. From a Zen perspective, meditation practices that cultivate present moment awareness can enhance dream recall as a natural side effect. By training yourself to notice subtle mental phenomena during waking hours, you develop the capacity to maintain awareness during state transitions, including the critical moment between sleeping and waking when most dreams are lost. Psychologically, working with a therapist to explore and integrate unconscious material can also lead to improved dream recall. As you become more comfortable confronting challenging emotions and memories in waking life, your mind may become less likely to filter out similar content from your dreams. But here's an important consideration that's often overlooked in discussions about dream recall. Perhaps there's wisdom in forgetting some dreams. Not every dream contains profound insight or spiritual significance. Some dreams simply reflect the brain's processing of daily experiences or random neural firing during sleep maintenance. Remembering every dream might actually create unnecessary mental clutter, distracting you from the dreams that genuinely deserve your attention. This selective forgetting reflects a principle found in both Zen Buddhism and cognitive psychology: the importance of letting go. In Zen, this manifests as non-attachment to thoughts and experiences, recognizing their impermanent nature. In psychology, we understand that forgetting is not always a failure of memory, but often an adaptive function that prevents our minds from becoming overwhelmed with irrelevant information. There's a middle path here: developing enough dream recall to benefit from the insights dreams can offer, while also trusting your mind's natural filtering process to sort the significant from the trivial. This balanced approach aligns with both Buddhist wisdom and psychological understanding. Let's take this exploration deeper by considering some particularly intriguing categories of dreams that often seem especially difficult to remember: precognitive dreams, shared dreams, and what some traditions call big dreams. Those rare, numinous dream experiences that feel qualitatively different from ordinary dreaming. Precognitive dreams, those that appear to foretell future events, present a particular challenge to our conventional understanding of reality. If you dream of an event before it happens, this suggests either remarkable coincidence, an unconscious processing of subtle cues you noticed but didn't consciously register, or something more mysterious, perhaps an experience of time that doesn't conform to our usual linear perception. From a psychological perspective, apparent precognition might reflect the brain's remarkable predictive capabilities. Your unconscious mind constantly analyzes patterns and projects potential futures based on available information. Sometimes these projections manifest in dreams, and occasionally they align with what actually occurs. When this happens, the dream suddenly becomes more memorable, not necessarily because it was different in kind, but because subsequent events drew your attention back to it. Zen Buddhism takes a different approach to apparent precognition, viewing it as an expression of the interdependent nature of all phenomena. If reality is fundamentally interconnected across time and space, then information might occasionally flow in ways that appear to violate our conventional understanding of causality. The Zen tradition doesn't focus on developing psychic abilities, but neither does it dismiss unusual experiences, instead encouraging practitioners to hold them lightly without attachment to interpretation. Shared dreams, where two or more people report having essentially the same dream, pose another fascinating puzzle. These experiences suggest a level of consciousness that might transcend individual minds, pointing toward what philosopher Carl Jung called the collective unconscious. When such dreams occur, they're often more memorable than ordinary dreams, perhaps because the social verification provides an anchor that helps overcome the usual forgetting mechanisms. Contemporary psychology remains skeptical about genuine dream sharing, suggesting that similarities in reported dreams might result from coincidence, similar psychological makeup, shared daily experiences, or unconscious cues exchanged during waking conversations. But regardless of their ultimate nature, the experience of apparently shared dreaming can be profoundly meaningful to those involved. Then there are big dreams, those rare, emotionally powerful dreams that feel qualitatively different from ordinary dreaming. These dreams often feature vivid imagery, intense emotions, and a sense of profound significance. They frequently involve archetypal themes, encounters with death, transformation, or transcendent wisdom. Such dreams typically leave a lasting impression, sometimes influencing the dreamer's life path or worldview. Psychologist Robert Johnson described big dreams as visitations from the deeper layers of the psyche. Unlike ordinary dreams that might process daily experiences, big dreams seem to emerge from deeper levels of consciousness, carrying messages that can guide or transform the dreamer's life. These dreams are often easier to remember precisely because they engage multiple levels of consciousness simultaneously. They're already partially integrated into waking awareness even as they unfold. In Zen Buddhist tradition, such profound dream experiences are neither sought after nor dismissed. If they occur, they're regarded as potentially valuable, but not inherently more significant than any other experience. What matters is how we respond to them. Whether we can hold their energy and insight without becoming attached to their contents or interpretations. This non-attachment paradoxically allows the dream's transformative potential to work more deeply within us. The phenomenon of dream amnesia then appears to be multi-layered. Some dreams are forgotten because they're simply not important enough to remember. Others are filtered out because they contain material that's challenging to integrate into waking consciousness. Still others, perhaps the most profound, manage to breach this barrier precisely because they engage multiple levels of consciousness simultaneously. What does this mean for you and your relationship with your dreams? Here's where personal practice becomes essential. Each person's dream life is unique, reflecting their individual journey, challenges, and potentials. Rather than applying a one-size-fits-all approach to dream recall, consider what role dreams currently play in your life and what relationship you'd like to develop with them going forward. If you find yourself curious about your dreams but rarely remembering them, gentle practices like dream journaling, setting pre-sleep intentions, or establishing a consistent sleep schedule might help you recover more of these nighttime experiences. If you're already remembering dreams regularly, you might focus on deepening your engagement with them, noticing patterns, exploring their emotional resonance, or working with particularly significant dreams through creative expression or contemplation. For those drawn to spiritual perspectives, practices like Zen meditation or mindfulness can create a foundation of present moment awareness that naturally extends into dream states. By cultivating moment-to-moment presence during waking hours, you develop the capacity to maintain awareness during transitions between different states of consciousness. This doesn't necessarily mean you'll remember every dream, but rather that the artificial boundary between dreaming and waking awareness may gradually become more permeable. From a psychological perspective, working with dreams can be seen as a conversation with parts of yourself that aren't usually accessible during waking consciousness. By paying attention to recurring themes, emotional patterns, or significant symbols in your dreams, you may gain insights into your own unconscious processes. This kind of self-knowledge can be invaluable for personal growth, creativity, and psychological integration. There's an intriguing middle ground between total dream amnesia and perfect recall, a space where dreams are remembered when they're significant to your current life journey, while less relevant dream content naturally fades. This selective remembering might actually represent an optimal state, where your mind retains what's valuable while releasing what isn't currently needed. What about those moments when you wake with the strong impression of having dreamed something important, but can't quite grasp what it was? This frustrating experience might itself contain wisdom. The emotional residue or intuitive sense that remains can sometimes be more valuable than the specific dream content. Your conscious mind might not need the details. Perhaps just the feeling or general direction is sufficient to guide your next steps. Consider the Zen concept of not knowing, a state of open receptivity that isn't filled with preconceptions or fixed ideas. When you wake with just an impression of your dream rather than its specifics, you're invited into this state of not knowing. Rather than straining to recover lost details, you might simply rest in the open awareness that something has moved through you, trusting that whatever was essential has already been integrated at some level. This trust in the natural processes of consciousness represents a profound shift from our usual goal-oriented approach. Instead of treating dream recall as an achievement to be conquered through technique, we might view it as a natural unfolding that happens in its own time and in its own way. This doesn't mean abandoning practices that support dream recall, but rather engaging with them in a spirit of curious exploration rather than forceful acquisition. The mysterious barrier between dreaming and waking consciousness that causes us to forget our dreams might ultimately serve as a teacher, reminding us of the limitations of the conscious mind and inviting us into a more humble relationship with the vast landscapes of consciousness that lie beyond our everyday awareness. The very experience of forgetting dreams points to the existence of modes of being that transcend our usual understanding, suggesting that reality might be far more expansive than our waking minds can comprehend. In both Zen Buddhism and depth psychology, this recognition of the mind's vastness is not cause for frustration, but for wonder. Each forgotten dream is a reminder that we are more than our conscious thoughts and perceptions, that we participate in dimensions of experience that exceed our ability to capture them in words or memories. This humility before the mystery of consciousness can itself be transformative, opening us to a more spacious and less self-centered way of being in the world. So the next time you wake with that tantalizing sense of having visited another world in your dreams, only to find it slipping away, perhaps pause before reaching for your dream journal. In that moment of forgetting, in the space between remembering and not remembering, there might be a valuable teaching, an invitation to rest in the awareness that transcends both dreaming and waking states. This doesn't mean giving up on dream recall practices if they're meaningful to you. Rather, it suggests holding them within a larger context, recognizing that the goal isn't to remember every dream, but to develop a more fluid relationship with the different aspects of your consciousness. Some dreams may be meant to be remembered, others to be forgotten. What matters is developing the discernment to know the difference and the openness to receive whatever gifts your dreams choose to offer. The Buddha once compared human existence to a dream, suggesting that what we take to be solid reality is itself a kind of collective dreaming, a perspective that modern physics has in some ways validated through its understanding of matter as mostly empty space organized by fields of probability. From this viewpoint, the boundary between dreaming and waking isn't as absolute as we might assume. Both states involve the mind constructing a coherent experience from available information, with waking consciousness simply operating under tighter constraints. Psychologically, this perspective invites us to hold our waking reality with the same curious attention we might bring to a remembered dream, noticing patterns, exploring emotional resonances, and remaining open to unexpected insights. The practices that enhance dream recall, mindfulness, journaling, intentional attention, can equally enrich our experience of waking life, helping us notice subtleties we might otherwise miss. So perhaps the art of remembering dreams isn't ultimately about techniques or practices, but about cultivating a particular quality of awareness, one that moves fluidly between different states of consciousness without needing to grasp or control. This fluidity allows dreams to be remembered when they're meant to be remembered, and to dissolve when they're meant to dissolve, all within a larger field of awareness that embraces both remembering and forgetting as aspects of the mind's natural movement. The ancient Zen masters spoke of tracking the ox, following the traces of our true nature through attentive practice. Working with dreams can be seen as a similar process, tracking the movements of consciousness through its various manifestations. Sometimes the tracks are clear, sometimes barely visible. What matters is the quality of attention we bring to the tracking, not how many footprints we manage to count. In this spirit, I invite you to approach your dream life with curious attention, rather than grasping effort. Notice what naturally remains with you upon waking. Pay attention to recurring themes or emotions. Keep a dream journal if it calls to you, but also trust the wisdom of forgetting, the mind's natural filtering process that helps maintain the coherence of your conscious experience while allowing the deeper currents of dreaming to do their work beneath the surface. Remember that both remembering and forgetting are aspects of the mind's intelligence. Sometimes the most profound insights come not from what we manage to recall, but from what we allow to transform us from within, beyond the reach of conscious memory. The ancient wisdom traditions and modern psychology converge on this understanding that consciousness works at multiple levels simultaneously, and not everything needs to be brought into explicit awareness to have its effect. For those of you who want to explore these concepts further, I highly recommend Dreaming Yourself Awake by B. Alan Wallace. This remarkable book bridges ancient Buddhist dream practices with modern consciousness research, offering practical techniques for developing lucid dreaming skills alongside profound insights into the nature of mind. Wallace draws on his background as both a Buddhist scholar and a scientist to show how dream practice can be a powerful gateway to greater awareness in all states of consciousness. It's been an invaluable resource in my own exploration of dream states and the mystery of forgetting. If you found this exploration meaningful, I invite you to join our growing community here at Moon Mind Temple. Subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of consciousness and share your own dream experiences in the comments below. Until next time, may your journeys through dreaming and waking be filled with insight, wonder, and authentic presence.